just gonna have to see how the day goes. The unexpected things. You don't expect to make a mistake like that, but I did. That's the first one of that magnitude I've made in over 3,000 miles of riding. So, well, good morning, everyone, and here we are at day 81 as we head out of Camden, Alabama, making our way. Woo! Nice downhill for the beginning of the morning. As we begin our journey down to Andalusia, I'm not really sure how to pronounce that, Alabama, for this afternoon or this evening. Pretty big day today, 82 miles, and it's going to be in some pretty remote, well, for a bicycle, remote country down here. So we just made a 500-foot climb out of Camden, and now we give it all up. I just love the view of the light through the trees in the early morning like this. It's nice out this morning. It's so cool. It's like 60 degrees out, and it's 9:30 already, and it's still pretty cool. It's supposed to get up to like 88 today. Oh, I forgot to mention that the last time I stopped, I've been having a little bit of a rattling sound back in my rear wheel. Sounded like a fender. I got the looking around back there. The fender's just kind of rattling. It's not out of alignment, but I discovered that the bolt, the center bolt in the front of the fender, the nut's gone. And it's just loose in there. It can't come out because it's got a long bolt in it, but I don't have a nut and a washer with me to fix it, so I'm going to have to find a hardware store and get one. So welcome to the town of Beatrice, and I wasn't going to come into town, but the cutoff outside of town to stay on this road was a dirt road, and so I just decided I wasn't going to go up that. Little downhill free-for-all here. See if we can make it over the top of this other one under momentum. It didn't do too bad. Yeah, this is some of the hillier terrain we've had in the last few days out here. Look at that beautiful ribbon of highway out in front of us. Now see, a lot of people would look at that and say, oh no, hills. But that's just a nice little ribbon there. We can get a good little head start on them up here. Well, Terry made a big boo-boo. I missed a turnoff and rode about 2.5 miles before I realized I'd missed the turnoff, almost 3 miles. Had to turn around and backtrack on it. I'm back on the right one now, but that's a pretty costly mistake on a bicycle. So that's probably going to make today more like 90 miles now. And now it's going to get me, might be a problem making it to Andalusia before dark. And I don't think I got any other options than getting there on this route. So we're just going to have to see how the day goes. The unexpected things. You don't expect to make a mistake like that, but I did. That's the first one of that magnitude I've made in over 3,000 miles of riding. So, well, yep, there's the scorecard. 28 miles. So this is our late afternoon jaunt into Andalusia. Andalusia. I don't know how to say it. Too tired to think about it right now. And I got about 18 miles to go. 16 miles to go. And this is our road, 4-lane highway. Not too bad. Traffic's not horrible. Can't use the shoulder. It's just same old situation with that down here. Well, as you can see, it's getting pretty late in the day. We are still about 9 miles out. Slowly making my way into Andalusia here. I might make it before dark, I don't know. So we'll just keep pedaling here until we get to our destination. I got a reservation at a motel on the west side of town, which will line us up pretty good for getting out of town in the morning to the south. And I think we got about 30 miles to go, maybe 40 to get down to the Florida state line tomorrow, down through Florala, Alabama, and on into Florida. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to day 82 from Andalusia, Alabama, our last 30 miles of Alabama this morning, as we will be crossing over into Florida probably early this afternoon. So I had a good night off in Andalusia after a 90-mile day with 4,500 feet of climbing. I fell asleep in about 2 seconds. But I feel great today. So I had to stop here. It's the perfect place to stop. It's my 10-mile break. And there's this cotton field here. And this is actually the first standing field of cotton that I've seen down here in Alabama. I've seen cotton laying along the side of the road where it's come off of trucks, I guess, when they're hauling it to market, but I hadn't seen a cotton field. Some more views of my little cotton field here. Yeah, that thing's big. It goes way, you can see across there. I just passed a flagpole back up the road here just a second ago, and the flag was dead on the pole. And it got me thinking about one of the things that that as a cyclist, especially if you do it long distance, day after day after day, that you think about a lot and you look at, and which I really haven't been paying much attention to, is what are the forecast winds. And now that I'm getting towards the end of this trip and I look back over the entirety of the trip, the wind has really not been a factor for me. And I know I did talk about it in Colorado, Nebraska, and Kansas, because I did go through a period of about 6 or 7 days there where every day the wind was mostly out of the south and I was traveling southeast. So it was a factor, but it wasn't a really strong wind. At worst, it was a 15 to 20 mile an hour wind. So we're coming into Florala, Alabama. So I'll give you a little flavor of Florala here. So we are heading out of Florala, and right there, I believe, is my first palm tree that I've seen on the trip. Interesting. I never really thought about when I would see my first palm tree on this trip. Well, welcome to Florida. We don't even get a sign. I just passed the Walton County line sign, and that marks coming into Florida. That's 2 states where they never had a sign up. I don't think it was either Alabama or Mississippi didn't have one. I don't remember which. But here we are, 14th and final state that we will pass through on our trip across the North American, well, at least the United States part of the North American continent. So this is the town of Liberty, Florida. First town we've rolled into. Little tiny place. So we're coming into Defuniak Springs, and we will be joining Adventure Cycling's southern tier route when we get here. It's actually US Highway 90. And right now we're going to head downtown here, and I'm thinking I'll probably grab some lunch here. It's got almost heading, well, 2:40, so not too late yet. It'll take us about an hour to ride over to Ponce, where we'll camp tonight. So I'm rolling through some little back streets here in Defuniak Springs, Defuniak, whatever, Springs, and going to a little restaurant down here to grab something to eat before I head over to, and I'm going to head to Ponce de Leon now, where I've called a campground over there, and he's going to let me camp in his RV park in a big grassy area, he said, free, with indoor plumbing, showers, everything. He said he does that for cyclists, any cyclists that are coming through Ponce de Leon, Florida on the southern tier route. It's the PDL campground. It's just south of I-10. I'm only going about 70 tomorrow. I can't believe I'm starting to say I'm only going about 70 miles tomorrow. Another late day downhill run. So we're coming into Ponce de Leon, and the end of day 82 will be upon us shortly when I find this campground. So here it is, the PDL campground and RV park. And he told me to go straight to the back to the grassy area across from the bathhouse, I thought he said. Go back here and see.